So, I had to do a woosah moment. I'm finally able to kind of sit and collect, connect, reconvene with self and sources. Okay, so this edit might be a little funky, but this is future Hoku coming back to the present moment. It's because I realized after filming and editing that I didn't give a proper introduction. So here I am, future Hoku, popping in to say, hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel if you're new here. And welcome back to my channel if you've already subscribed. Mahalo, mahalo. I'm gonna dip on out, go back to the future, and let present Hoku get back into this swing of things. I know I look kind of goofy and not pulled together, but I have a lot of regrowth that is looking a little hideous. So I'm just going ahead and covering that on up so you don't have to be annoyed by that. Because I really didn't feel like doing anything with my hair. I might just take this off after because it is getting a little warm and just throw my hair in a ponytail. But yeah, I'm in my space of reconnecting. So I figured we'd just go ahead and do another mindful mirror talk session. I'm gonna go put, I put my eyebrows kind of on. I don't know how they be looking because I've been distracted and interrupted a couple times. Oh my god, I'm going so rough on my face. But I just want to get my moisturizer on. So how is everyone doing today? Today is November 1st, 2021. You're in a new month, depending on your culture and your, calendar. But I kind of feel like it's a good time to start over, take a deep breath, set better intentions, be more mindful of self, write your goals down for further affirmation and manifestation, and kind of just redo the damn thing. Here's a new month, here we go. What to look forward to in changing ourselves today. Maybe I'll do that later. Or it's actually coming on a new moon and I'm expecting my moon cycle. So yeah, this is a good time for all my feminines out there, feminine divine energy. Yeah, let's really resonate wellness and healing within our womb spaces and our heart spaces. Just every space of alignment. I'm seeing like these rings, these circle portals, like vaginal walls in a sense, really saying that like delve into the cave of night and find the true source, the true essence of life and its meanings. But anyway, as I get myself kind of pulled together, I'll be doing it as we go. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to play around with my cards because it's the only time I really have a chance to. And I've been feeling connected with the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which I did yesterday for myself. Like literally a straight up motherfucking mirror talk. I was in here getting myself ready, not filming, and really connecting with self, reading the cards, really like diving motherfucking in. And it was heavy, bruh. It was fucking heavy. I could tell that intuitively when I first was pulling the cards. I was like, ooh, damn, bitch. You about to have the motherfucking mirror. Ooh, my lashes got stuck to that. You about to have the motherfucking mirror held up. So I already felt that, knew that. And so I really kind of just was doing my research and really reading into the cards. And they had a lot to say. A lot of shit that like we already know about ourselves, but it just kind of takes an extra read all about it. It takes an extra motherfucking narrative to really deliver to us in order to like, ooh, okay, yeah, I do need to fucking just go ahead and face the mirror and really challenge our comfort zones in a sense, because truth is uncomfortable. Truth makes you be like, well, no, bitch, take it. Take that motherfucking pill, that truth pill. Swallow that shit, digest it, process it, and move forward. Because no matter what the fucking cards put out, you are the original magician, rising to High Priestess Sun energy, You have the power to change whatever may be laid out in front of you by your thought process, like I always say. As you think, so shall it be. So what are your thoughts? This is mindful mirror talk, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from this this deck, clear some space, some intention, clarify the deck a bit. How do you guys clear your deck? I don't really do a lot of research or really even watch any tarot readers except for like one. I think I might be subscribed to one or two. Like, I only really watch one other person, but yeah, like I don't really go into the researching aspect of anything unless I feel spirit compelling me for that information. Like yesterday when I was truth seeking, and the results were kind of laid out in front of me, spirit was saying, okay, now look at that, face this, connect this, you know, like really just giving it to me, really guiding me through it. Even though the results were heavy and it wasn't something I filmed or wanted to share, because it was more like delving into myself and into my current situations and just you know, what makes me here now. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, probably not, but it's the sirens going off, the tsunami warning system testing that they do every month on the first Monday of the month. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull for the energies for today, for whomever needs this truth, this centering, this balancing, this recognition, this mirror, whoever needs this mirror held up. A message for today. And I just kind of let whatever is meant be. Ooh, okay. It's a whole lot right there. I think it's 3 cards. Ooh. Okay. Any more clarity? Okay. And I'm gonna most likely be reading from the book, just because I feel like there's a lot to kind of marinate on with the information that is provided with this deck. Ooh, I got more than I thought on this one. So since this came out in a chunk, I'm gonna set it up. Counselor, we got, sorry, let me hold it up. 12 of water, the counselor. I don't know if it's gonna be a self-reading. I think that's what I'm going to interpret, is that anything that I pull, it's not necessarily just for you, unless I intentionally ask that. But this is kind of like, look, I'm part of the collective, you're part of the, we together. This is my sacred space I'm inviting you into to kind of clarify and grow with me. Like, this is shit that I need just as much as you. So wherever it resonates, we all need to take accountability and really fucking just accept the truth. So first one we have is the counselor. And then we got death, rebirth, bitch. There's some changes, some shifting, some letting go, some releasing. Center skull. We got 12 of earth, center skull. Let's see what that is. Oh, let me lay these out. I'm just going to turn the camera down a bit so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and not necessarily distracted by me. So I'm going to lay them like this because they fell together. And then we got heaven, heaven and earth. And this fell. Great. So, and then of course the last 2 fell together. 6 of air. We have, I don't know which this one is, but 6 of air. Okay, and then we got 10 of earth. Hopefully you guys can see this. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell if it's focusing. Hopefully it is. That put together. And then we have emotion and intellect. That fucking balancing, and where is our emotional state? Where are we on the scale of things? Left, right, up, down, or are we like centered? Okay, so this is kind of just my time to really like sit and study. So I'm reading it just because I'm learning. The counselor card is about empathy. The keywords of this is empathetic, or empathetic, wise, objective advice, trustworthy, emotional, understanding, clarity, sharing. Okay, all aspects of, you know, what you would want your counsel sessions to be. So the meaning of this card represents one who stands high, an elder, advisor, or wise man or woman whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation, experience, or concern. She or he is someone who is trusted. They are caring, compassionate, as a person. Sorry guys, the battery overheated, so we're starting again. We're talking about empathy and listening, clarity, emotional understanding, sharing, giving objective advice. This is therapy, healing energy. So it says this card represents one who stands high, an elder, advisor, or wise man or woman whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. They are someone who is trusted. They are a caring, compassionate person who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask a question if there is a need. So this might be energy that is already within us, as part of our healing aspects. You know, healing with our extremities of senses, with the hands, healing hands, third eye energy. Also, remember earlier when I said I kind of saw those rings and it looked like the portal to the womb space, essentially. And I was just thinking intimacy of thought and mind, and the connection between the spiritual and the physical, and that portal space that brings it together. Us emerging from the night or the darkness of the womb space through the portal to the physical sense of being. But also, if you think about it, your throat, your vocal cords, very much look like female reproductive organs. It's kind of set up like your vaginal area, inward vaginal area, and your inward vocal area. Both have those rings, that portal space. So it's like it gets spoken, it rises up through your breath and out through your spoken words. So that's why, I don't know, I was thinking, speak life. Speak life, the counselor, right? The therapist. An objective advice is our reminder to give. And also, oh, wow, look at that. There's like a starfish or a glowing star. It looks aquatic, so it looks like a starfish. But there's a glowing starfish of light right by her throat chakra. And then look, the whales on the bottom. You know, whales use sonar, right? To communicate underwater, and the sounds, the frequencies of such. It's like playing music, and music touches on the heart space. Back down and births the intimacy and the lightness of self. It says when the counselor appears in a reading, she symbolizes a need to be empathetic and objective when dealing with emotionally complex situations. Like yesterday with me personally, my reading was, I said heavy earlier, but there was an element of sadness, an emotion playing probably off of my water moon sign or any water in my chart, that was feeling the effects of this Scorpio season. So if you can, look beyond the words being spoken to see the emotions behind them, the intent. If you cannot, the counselor asks that you seek out the wisdom of someone who can. So this is the mirror talk. This is the, you know, if you're unable to really face the truth as it shall or should be seen, then it's okay to like draw upon the wisdom of others to help guide you, the wisdom of those that resonate. So yeah, that's very interesting. And then that led right into this time frame of, or this position of the death rebirth card. Now we all kind of know that means there's change, there's a shift, there's something to be let go of in order to move forward, to push forward. This may come with, you know, emotions released, but I see them together because once you're able to face that truth that's been calling your spirit to sit down and delve into self, that's when the process, the rebirth occurs, the rebirth of that portal space I was talking about, that vaginal portal, that truth that will be speaking, who the fuck be speaking? Yeah, wrong tense, but anyway, yeah, the truth that will be spoken once you sit and accept. It says, allow innocence to be reborn. the innocence, reverting back to our childhood. What was the ground, the soil, the aina that from which we came? What was the condition or the nutrition of that environment, our childhood environment or upbringing? Like, where did we spring or sprout from? That has a lot to do with how we are now in life, but it also allows us to kind of go back and find that innocent character that still lives within you, that still lives within your body, your temple, your vessel. That child, that inner child and innocence. It's time to be reborn again. That rebirth. It's about renewal, regeneration, and new beginnings. So, like the seasons, we are bound by a cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Like the planet we dwell upon, we experience seasons and stages. Spring is a time of new growth, summer a time of fruition, autumn a time of letting go and dying, and winter a time of dormancy and regeneration. And it's funny because we move in, it's November 1st, so we're moving from that autumn season. In Hawaii, we've shifted into Lono season, but it's definitely, even in the continent or around the world, this is the time that we're at a cross. We're experiencing portal energy in a sense. Damn, why didn't I fucking connect the dots, bitch? Because it's November 1st. 11-1-1-1-1, and then we have 11-10 energy, but more potent. We have the 11-11 portal. I see energy on 11-21. So this is a heavy fucking month for this. This is a month that's like, bitch, come on now, keep the fuck up. You can't keep wearing your summer clothes and last year's clothes. It's time to get shit ready for winter, because newness is stirring within the womb space. The womb space. Why didn't I fucking see that? There is a fetus. There is a life within this, what looks like an egg, right? Divineness, ready to spring forth. But right now, it's like this is underneath the soil. This is the winter that we're walking into, where we're really hibernating with our truth. Our truth felt in our na'au, in our sacral and solar plexus. A truth that rises up to that throat chakra. So that's what I'm seeing in the cards. Let's move on for time's sake. We also got 4 cards that fell together, the first of which was 12 of Earth, the Senescal. So let's go ahead and find that and give that a look-see. This is about, this is about service to a higher purpose. This is your loyalty to authority, to speak for others. That then again, your vocal portal, right? Is your power real or borrowed? Questions to thyself. So the Senescal of Earth symbolizes a service to king and country. The Senescal is a trusted servant who has access to and control over all within his lord's domain. He, while being the noble blood himself, is in service to and speaks for the one above him. Messenger energy. You are given certain authority to counsel and speak the truth. But there are certain processes and there are certain winters and there's certain things that are still cooking, still brewing, still yet to emerge from po energy or darkness, the portal space, the womb space, right? It's still journeying forth within you. It's still developing. That kundalini is still rising, and that touches on what I was saying in another video, that we're always going to be growing. We're always going to be learning. And so that's why I wanted to create this space, is to kind of just bring you in and welcome you to the self-talk, the mirror talk. You hold the keys of balance, of the doors that lay within, that open up the truth to be spoken and gifted. So it says the Senescal of Earth represents a person in service, not to the many, but to one, the Most High, the universal source of truth, God consciousness. His role is multifaceted and every task is performed with care. He is the master organizer. I mean, it's masculine energy. I mean, I think everything is a balance of both. But when it comes to a truest source energy, ultimate, superior, omnipotent source energy, then we're talking more in a masculine sense of control and rule, right? King energy. He is the master organizer and possesses both intelligence and a quick mind. He is a person who sets aside leadership aspirations in order to be the trusted representative of the one who leads. His position places great responsibility on his shoulders, but he is committed and dedicated. So this symbolizes willingness or necessity to obey the rules or directions of those in charge. Like, yes, you have the keys to the fucking kingdom. You are able to unlock the doors of truth because they're already within, but they're there because of source. They're there. You are you because of what was allowed to come through you and what doors were allowed to be opened by you in your authority of others. But never forget from which or from where you came. So yeah, that is a very, yes, divine gratitude to that. And then that moved us into the 11 of Earth card, which is heaven and earth. So the 11 of Earth energy, a lot of earth. So Virgos, Capricorns, Tauruses, where are we at? I'm thinking balance of the spiritual and the physical, guardianship of both, you know. I don't know why I said guardianship, but well, I guess guardianship would come along with the Senescal energy because you hold the keys. You are given servitude to the select few as a counselor, yeah. Anyway, 11 of Earth. It's about balancing. Balancing and realigning. It suggests it is now time to keep yourself centered and in harmony with the world around you by banishing the illusion of separation, division. Because look, it's integration, it's the melding, it's the infusion of physical and spiritual guidance, right? You are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It's important to integrate and ground your belief in a higher power or the intangible here on the physical plane. Know that spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor spirit here on earth, capital spirit. So yeah, we go through our seasons. Like I said, these portal, this autumn, shifting into at a further date, but shifting into the winter, settling into the winter energy, hibernating your truth. You are the senescal. You are the guardian that serves a higher power, and balance it, connect the two. The spiritual and the physical, connect it, integrate it, ground it. The 6 of Air. This is in regards to comparisons, compromise, open-mindedness, mindfulness, illumination. Compromise, you're not always going to be right. You're going to have both sides pulling on you, and it's just a matter of putting maybe yourself aside to accommodate another. But this says that it represents a solution born of compromise that lies somewhere in between the black and white. Your choices that are so often seen as the only option available. But we're in the season of compromising, letting go of ego. As sometimes, in order to achieve our goals and objectives, compromise is required. So going back to this card, the Heaven and Earth, this is the between that we're in. This is the physical existence dimension space that we are in. But as counselors, renewing ourselves, rebirthing ourselves, to the higher power that has given us the keys to even speak on, to center that knowledge of the highest consciousness. We integrate that back into the physical realm. We take the messages from guides and higher power and source energy and distribute that where it needs to be here on earth, always remembering that it's from the Most High. But in doing so, we have to learn to balance the two, the spiritual and the physical, heaven and earth. And sometimes we have to put ego aside. We shouldn't be working on ego, put it aside. And sometimes we're gonna have to learn in our relationships and connections with people. We're gonna have to step back, or sometimes step up. But in this case, maybe stepping up is to step back. Maybe taking the right movement to get ahead or to move forward is like leaning back and chilling and letting things flow as they are meant to. And that's dealing a lot with the balance. Again, this is a lot of balancing act, tightrope shit for your purpose. This is like that, when we're traveling on our journey, we're gonna have points where the road narrows, or you're balancing on a beam to cross a river or some shit. Right now we're doing a lot of balancing. We're doing, the beginning was taking that deep breath because there's much to be reborn, the innocence to be reborn and reconnected with. But there's a lot of a balancing act of how to exist on both spectrums, in a sense. Now I pulled the last card and I skipped one. Maybe this is the most important, but 10 of Earth. What is this saying? 10 of Earth energy is about synthesis, harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace. This is a card that symbolizes all aspects of life coming together as a whole. So maybe it was meant that I didn't even realize that I skipped it because I ain't got my motherfucking glasses. But it was needed, because this is ultimately pulling it all together. This is understanding that all aspects of life are coming together as a whole. In your career, your home, your family, all are in harmony. This card, 10 of Earth, is an affirming card. If it appears in your reading according to this guidebook, it says that it signifies a time of reward. It also asks, have you had a chance to embrace the highest of ideals? To lead a fulfilled life spent doing something you love? Are you doing what you motherfucking love? Are you being who the fuck you want to be? Or are you unable to balance the messages from high and disperse it or filter it through self in order to speak on it as the counselor in a way where you're also allowing yourself to compromise and not just be bullheaded and just see it only your way. Give a chance for everything to hold truth and harmony. I'll just take this shit off. I need to continue to get ready because I've just been reading cards as you guys can see. But yeah, so this is very interesting, very necessary. I hope something resonated with you guys in this deck. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull for my feminines. Right now I'm being called to the African Goddess Rising deck to get a light read, Okay, we have a lot of information to process and transmute from these results of truth seeking. So this is sort of more of the generalized, what is that, like a clasp on a necklace. It just pulls it together and secures it and holds it close to your heart. Speaking of necklaces, if you guys didn't see my elephant in the back, I really love that one, but my kids broke it and the trunk is kind of broken on the other side that you can't see, and chipped in a few places. And I also have this elephant bracelet. I don't know, I was just channeling, and this necklace. I didn't really intend to be all matchy, but I don't know, I've just been wanting the elephant mana to embrace me today, because I feel like this is actually the energy that I'm getting. I feel wisdom from element symbolism, there's wisdom, love, nurturing, like a mothering. There's protection. You know, elephants are very protective of their young. I know a lot of people, like, we think bears, mama bear, lionesses, you know, but there's that gentle giant, a force so powerful and strong and protective in the body of the elephant, but so wise, gentle, motherly, you know. And I just love that strength, but that like old soul type of energy. So, you know, she be guiding and protecting me today. So clearing the deck. I need to go ahead and light, maybe set my cards out in the sun or under. I think when it becomes full moon, I'll do a full moon clearing, but I think I'm going to take some time today and really go through my decks and sort of really clear out the energy. Ooh. Oh, she giving us all today. Obviously, that's a lot of cards, and yes, we hold the divinity of all goddesses in different aspects and centers of her body, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of shuffle this and see if anything comes out. Might not, because it's so small. Okay, you want me to see multiple things, Spirit, so I'm going to see multiple things. Wow. Okay, so these are the cards as they fell out, if you can see them. So the first card we have, Ngame, desire. Powerful. Look at that. Looks like a crescent moon arrow almost. Yes. Bow and arrow shaped in as the crescent moon. There's a lot of fire, Mars, Jupiter. There's a lot of action, inspired by desire type of energy. And then we had Buya Nehanda, radical rebirth, that goes along with our rebirth in the Gaia card. So we are going through some shit, bruh. We are going through the portal. The end of the portal, right? The life force coming forth. Guided by that lioness, goddess energy, right? Holding head and staff high, knowing where she grounds herself. And then we have, I pulled this one before, Queen Mother Nanny, liberation. She liberates through her counsel. Damn, I keep getting interrupted. I keep having to take small breaks. So, gathering self. I had to put some lashing on too. Hopefully these aren't too wonky. But, yeah, so I was talking about Queen Mother Nanny. This one is liberation. But as we can kind of see, we got this card first, Ngame, desire, and I was talking about the red fire. I want to go back to that because it's a sequential order, yeah? So first we have, I think let's see, Ngame. This is 8. 8. Like eternal blessings, eternal life. Continuation. Let me see. So this card is actually in the Temple of Conjurers. And it is an element of air representing the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us with her moon bow. Her lunar rays illuminate souls. Yeah, I was talking about the fire elements of Aries wants to come out, of Mars and Jupiter. But forgot to mention the sun she carries in her palms and the moons that she also balances. Kind of going off of what I said about clearing my deck, using the sun energy, the moon energy. You know, you can use incense or sage or Palo Santo or whatever calls you. But this one says, so she's part of the conjurer goddesses. And so that is about goddess sorceresses that wield the power of creation and magical transmutation. Their energetic frequency is orange, and this temple physically aligns with your reproductive organs. Reproductive organs to reproduce the creation of light within, to be spoken in truth, as you are the counselor. So let this speak to whom it needs. And then that moves into the radical rebirth. Flowing energy right into radical rebirth with Mbuya Nehanda. And she is, let me see. She is of the ancestral, that makes sense, as rebirth card, because it is the power of your of where you came from. It is your history, your ancestry, that also speaks volumes when you speak truth. It's a disposition of your genetic composition. It says for her, element of air as well, she was born in 1840, Charwe Nyakasikana channeled a Mbondoro, an ancient royal lion spirit named Nehanda, who has been incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for at least 500 years. So technically she's a great ancestress who was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. I'm channeling old pirates, yes they rob I, stole life from the merchant ships. It's literally freeing us from that mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. It's leading ourselves right into liberation, freedom of spirit to express ourselves the way we are meant to, the way we are divinely guided to. So yeah, I'm gonna, let me see. I'm gonna pull one more card from the African goddess because I feel like there's a flow going here, but let's just go ahead. Final thoughts for today's truth-seeking mindful mirror talk. We have two. I can't see what they are because I don't have my glasses. But as I continue, whatever is meant shall be. And we got Ma'at, giving and receiving, and Nanabuluku, seasons, our ancient, our aged, finely, divinely aged selves that have risen from Ma'at, the seasons of giving and receiving. So of course this is Egyptian. The card is 10. So we got 8, that eternal life energy, 5, 37, and then we got 10 and 1. I just felt like I needed to shout that out just because I definitely feel like numbers will resonate with someone. So if these are one of your numbers or something that you've been seeing, the 888s or 555s, or you've seen the number 37, 10 or 1, maybe that will resonate with you. 10, Ma'at. So it is Egyptian goddess. She is also from the temple of conjurers. So that rebirth, that leading us back into our sacral energy of reproductive organs and portal space, right? She represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name literally means order, Ma'at, order. As her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. So this is like our justice card. Leading us into the seasons of aged wine. Fine, like aged wine. That's what I see, honey. I see the mother Nana, like she's holding the egg too, that glowing egg. Literally. You know, as one is birthed and the other transitions out of life, it's like the cycle coming back. And you see that 8? It's the cycle return. It's the circle of life, the process. So she represents supreme being, most high, primordial mother, grandmother of all Orishas or deities, and Dahomi's wise woman, herbalist and healer. It's like literally full circle, because the first card I pulled was the counselor, 12 of water, the counselor, and the last card I pulled was the healer, the most high, the ultimate. Yeah, wow. Okay, and she's from the temple of threshold guardians. Let's see what that is. That is interesting. Threshold guardians are, okay, so threshold guardians, there's only 2 cards, and these are the illumination cards. Where did she go? She is one of two cards in this particular deck, and the guardians are protective and guiding guardian goddesses at the crossroads of your life. Like I said, the crossroads. It's like the start and the end, like as she transitions into the rebirth, you know, that figure 8. This is the crossroads. This is where we meet in the middle of heaven and earth, yeah? So, yeah, their energetic color frequency is iridescent gold, and they show up when you need to make vital choices. So, okay, I could see that. So Nanabuluku is basically representing you entering a new cycle that is very old, like the elephant, wise, old soul. See how everything just falls into place? I mean, that's just what is meant. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. So the embodiment of not thinking you're stuck. Remember I said you create. No matter what the cards say, you create along with universe, co-create with divine, because you are the seneschal, you are the guardian, you are the counselor, the guardian, the goddess, creating your own rebirth and liberation, mental, spiritual, physical freedom, in order to rise again from sun energy. Yeah, look at all this sun energy too. The sun, the fire signs, the sun behind her crown, rising from Ra, right? And then the cycle continues. Wow, okay. Are you ready for a new beginning though? You are in or entering a new season. Remember, this is about seasons. And we talked about that with, what card was that? We talked about compromise, but we're entering new seasons. That fall into winter. We are preparing in the rebirth. We are preparing for new seasons that will force you to evolve. And this is the time for major transformation. So we are transitioning. We are rising. That will conclude this reading. I know it's gone on long enough. I hope you guys stayed with me, kept up with my ass, and enjoyed just the little dip, little trip into some truth seeking and speaking. Yeah, hopefully you guys can go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing more videos like this. I don't know if I really would want to plug this channel. I just know that if you're here, you're meant to be here, hearing the truth that is spoken, and is meant to be heard, you know, is meant to resonate within you. So it's not about having a lot of eyes on me, as even this reading had said with, what card was that? With the seneschal card, you are the guardian. You are the one tasked to, and didn't I say earlier, at some point I was like guardianship. I don't know why I said that, but yeah. You represent the guard, the ones held responsible for the stewardship of the portals between heaven and earth. So you have a task. You are wise, ancient, old. Your energy is from different times and spaces. But you're here. And remember, we talked about truth, you know, the emotional, the intellect. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to seek guidance outside of yourself from those radiating or resonating on frequencies you desire.